Welcome everyone. Do a little Berserk reading this morning. Probably about 5 chapters or so. We're gonna start with a little recap of what we left off on, and we're just gonna go from there. Oh man, this fucking. Sorry, I was listening to music earlier. Anyway, just some random YouTube. But we're gonna fucking pick up right on chapter 249, kind of do a quick recap of that, kind of explain where we left off since it's been a while, especially since the last Berserk reading. Yeah. So, if you remember last, we were in the city of Vertanis, this port city in the Holy See domain. Supposedly a massive navy. Well, not supposedly, we've seen them. We saw this huge army. We heard of the heraldry of the past of what you want to call it? The fucking the heraldry of the past kingdoms and current kingdoms because of Serpico. He was a herald at arms. It actually comes in handy here. We get to learn some of the heralds. We even get to hear some legendary characters within certain armies. One being Griffith's army in the Band of the Hawk. It's a very interesting perspective, getting to hear an outsider's perspective or vision, POV, what they hear, what they know about the Band of the Hawk, compared to us, the reader, and Guts himself, who know everything. We've seen everything through Guts' perspective here, so we know everything of the Band of the Hawk through Guts. So it's kind of a nice moment of bonding. Almost you get to feel like Guts in that moment, and kind of laugh along at Isidro really playing up the legendary status of Guts. But anyway, we kind of get this interesting start here. But first, let me pull over to the next to full screen. Oh, hey, what's up, guys? What's up? We're gonna fucking get into it. Let me just get the music up, so just relax a second. Just sit back. Let me get the seaside town music going here for you fellas. So we were left off in Vertanis, as I was speaking of. This is a Holy See domain. We talked a little bit about where this is, the kind of geography. We don't know. It's not within Midgard. We know that. It's kind of outside of that. It seems to be in another kingdom, but they all seem to worship the same religion, or are within this same domain of the Holy See, whatever that means. And they're conglomerating here to fight someone called the Kushan, which we've run into in the past. We've had little interactions with them, with that one specific fellow that Guts has fought with and battled a few times. But we kind of left off now. I mean, I could recap the whole fucking thing. We could go back and back here, but at the end of the day, we're here in Vertanis. We're with Shurke. They had just helped save these Kushan slaves at Vertanis that were being sold by these privateers. Pirates turned privateers, as they said, were legitimate businessmen. But there are many different people there, commoners, nobles, wanderers, slaves, sick people, even the Kushans. We all live together in one giant mixing pot. And there are some who are not human. And Shurke kind of looks on in confusion. The Shurke stare down there. We got Eva Lorella as well. I always fucking butcher her name. Fucking. She's being offered. She's being given a way. Come with us. Join me. And she doesn't know what to say. Go with you? She can't imagine it. I'll be happy to. We do have trouble sometimes, but no one judges or discriminates against their fellows because of where they were born or how they were raised. Unlike this city. If you feel you have nowhere else to go, I'll be happy. I'll be happy to welcome you. And for a second, Shurke just thinks on this. She gives the same stare as before, and you can see the wheels turning in her head. Iverala just waiting for any reaction. Like, what do you think, Shurke? I mean, what are you thinking here? She thinks of the horrors of the city, of the knights, of the armors, of the weapons made for destruction. Of the people Hun? I don't know. The people dead. Hun from the Hained? I think it's Hained. Hained from the fucking rafters here. And she's thinking of all this horror. And we get a moment of Isidro looking over as she's given this offer, and he's just absolutely cooked. If you look away, my Joe! And if you remember, we left Isidro off fighting Lord Mule. And they're kind of going off on... they're kind of talking now, and he brings up the fact that Isidro, this is the same as before. You would never, like, you wouldn't kill them. Why not? They drew their swords against you. You're being too proud. Combat isn't so trivial that you can just save your friends with such simple acts. You have no right to call yourself a swordsman. And we have this again, Isidro. Is he a swordsman? He's training under guns. He's trying his best. But is he actually even a swordsman? Everyone's telling him he's not. Well, I mean, not. Guts 2 degrees, like, well, you just got to fight a different way. But you see this time and time again, people put him down. You are no true swordsman, Isidro. And Shirka is kind of caught up in that as well. And then immediately Isidro, you know, the nut punch into... I mean, actually, that's a kick. Yeah, that's a nut kick. But then as they're fighting back and forth... Shirke gives the stare again. She can see far in the shadows is none other than Guts, who's just staring off in the distance. Well, no, he's not even staring. He's just got eyes closed. He's waiting, bro. His ears are so good. Dude, this motherfucker is an elf. Look at them ears. Those ears, bro, those are elf ears. But yeah, Shirke's just the stare, dog. She can't help but stare some days. But she denies the offer. They go on their way. I have a place to go back to. And she says, I see. By any chance, does it happen to be that man standing at the gate? Is that you? And she's like, no. And you know, they're just goofing around. It's a little bit of an end chapter here. Oh yeah, I don't know your names. I'm Sonia. And we kind of get this conversation, a confirmation. Like, we already knew it, but now we know for sure. This is Sonia. This is the Band of the Hawk. What were they doing here? Why were they even here in the first place? Questions. Very fascinating. You have to really think about what the fuck was Lord Mule doing here? Who's fought? He knows Griffith is alive. Why is he here in Vertanis? And why is he not fighting with Griffith? But anyway, these are all questions. But yeah, they introduce themselves. I'm Shirke Ivarella. Ivarella. And we have fucking Lord Mule and Isidro both just absolutely fucking clobbered. Their faces bloody and bruised and swelled up to where they can barely speak. Why don't you say that word of yours? And they're just, you know, they're fucking, my name's Mule, yours, Isidro. I'll remember that name, Isidro. It's Isidro. Shirke, leave this city as quickly as you can. And Shirke gives the classic, oh. And you know, she gets this vision immediately of a burned city, of corpses littering the ground. What was... Let's meet again, Owl of the Forest. And they depart right there. The little owl and the little kite talking about each other here. What an interesting girl. Interesting face. God damn it. But yeah, it's just them talking, Isidro apologizing for making fun of her earlier, and they kind of eat some food. The crowd here looks pretty bad. Couldn't you guys find a better place? Well, this is what we got. All the inns are like drunks and prostitutes. Hey girl, why and you know, homie's just trying to get laid, but Guts won't allow it, not even for a second. I mean, I'm not gonna blame him at all. It's just fried that he doesn't even. Why don't you come serve me a drink? Like, Serpico tries to be diplomatic about it. But no, I mean, these are the personalities. Some actions speak better than words of who a character actually is. And I feel like this works perfectly. You have Serpico, sir, trying to be his polite self, trying to be a servant of an aristocrat. He's not going to embarrass anyone. He doesn't want to cause trouble. He's going to try and solve it diplomatically. Well, Guts doesn't care. He just uses his boo. It doesn't matter to him. It's just some drunk fool. These guys are a dime a dozen to the fucking black swordsman. Oh my god. Anyway, so we have them kick him. They talk a little bit more about drunk people. We have Shirke in some commoner clothes instead of her usual witchcraft items or witching gear, however you want to describe it. This in, donate the dresses. We get a little bit of some jesting, some talking. Some more men come up trying to get some ass. Guts is like, nah, get out of here, son. That ain't it, dude. You ain't doing that. You don't say shit. Spilling drinks on Shirke, that ain't gonna happen, you drunk fools. And it immediately goes into this massive ballroom blitz bash. I cannot fight without food. We see this fighter from before who was with the pack when they were fighting off the pirates. All of a sudden, breaks through. He looks around. What the? Where did this come from? I love that little look around right there. And the fucking knight, I thank you, my lord. And he starts running away, the dog barking after him. And foolish. Wait, did he... Oh, I see. Yeah, he took the... Did he leave the food, or... Oh, yeah, he just fucking... He absolutely took that food and bolted. Just a piece of bread, nice, hell yeah. Well, the Lord's looking out for that fella. Shirke's putting some moves in as well. She's even fucking participating. But essentially, it just shows this whole chapter is the acceptance. Shirke is disgusted. It's the finality of this, I don't know, character arc, if you want to put it as that. It's not long, but you see by the end of this that Shirke is kind of... this is her first interactions with humanity outside of the village, outside of the stories, outside of occasional visitors that she would either see or visit in the astral realm. Shirke, this is her first experience with a city. The village was really her first experience with a village, and that went poorly at first as well. It took a lot for them to truly how did you say it? Truly become become respected, become wanted by the village. Even the priest apologizes, and they come to an understanding. Her explaining that her way of magic is similar to their religion, the priest and in Farnese's religion. This holy sea's domain is that the religion itself is actually based on more primordial witchcraft. It's actually based on a lot of that. So they actually commune to the gods in a sense through their religion, the Holy See. It's just more restrictive, if that makes sense. So less people are able to do the communing. But anyway, that's kind of the end of the arc, is her accepting this ugly world for what it is, because she can smile in it. That was pretty good. Oh, man. But anyway, we're going to pick up on chapter 50 here. Let me fucking get the little setup. We have no longer a port city, but an army camp. We see men marching, doing drills, cavalry walking in from somewhere else, tents set up, followers all around, either setting up food or cooking items, or maybe patching up soldiers, and above it all flaps the flag. of the White Hawk. The band of the White Hawk. Yes, this time it has browned well. And we see now who's cutting this cake. Ah, it's none other than the princess herself, Princess Charlotte. So she's now just another worker within the camp of Griffith. The camp of Griffith, the camp of the White Hawk. I am sure even Griffith will want to have some of this. Oh, well done, princess. Oh, thanks. I couldn't have done it without you, Anna. But this is nothing special, really, with the country cuisine of my mother's side of the family. Well, it's not often you get to eat things like sweet cakes on a battlefield, but you don't have to make up these kind of excuses. It's okay if you go and see him. I can't. Griffith seems to be really busy. I can't bother him. Certainly, it's true that he's been working hard to take back Midland. Well, take these freshly baked cakes to thank him for Well, take these freshly baked cakes to thank him for his work. And as the princess goes away, she's carrying these cakes to bring them to Griffith. We get some Anna monologue here. I'm really glad that our princess has regained her good spirit. No, even before Wenham fell in the hands of the Kushan, I haven't seen her as happy as this. So it's amazing, even though this place is a battlefield. So Charlotte, who's been so timid in her life, who's been so absolutely downstricken and depressed, is now happy again in the sight of Griffith. Even though there's, oh man, I mean there's so much to unpack about that. But if you guys remember way back, the first time they had sex, she said no. I mean that happened. She said no, but he continued. I don't know. I don't know, dude. There's so much wrong with this, but at the same time, it weirdly, like, it makes sense to a degree, because the only other, she's never had another suitor. She's never really had someone who's infatuated her like that. So she's almost normalized the experience, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's and what the only other sexual experience she has is her father assaulting her. Her father, I mean, it's not penetration. It's such a fucking disturbing thing to talk about, dude. But it happened. And this is Charlotte. Her only ability to feel any comfort, any happiness at this moment is dependent all on Griffith. To believe that he is this almost God, this God to her. I don't know. It's so odd to talk about, but yeah, the way, yeah, I don't know. You'll just have to see how the relationship progresses, but it's disturbing, to say the least, man. I don't know. But Griffith, he's standing atop this hill, just looking, I mean, angelic. She's entranced by him. It's like a painting, a slice of eternity. It feels like you aren't supposed to touch it. Griffith! And we have Sona going up, and Lord Mule's like, hey! And she like jumps into Griffith's arm. Griffith just, accepts her at once. I'm back! You can see Charlotte feeling a little tinge of regret almost, like, why did I stop? But she can go up. Why can't I do that? And Griffith looks down and he says, welcome home, son. How was the sea? It was lots of fun. I've made interesting friends, and we've experienced some sort of adventure as well. I'm exhausted thanks to you. Really? Good work, Mule. If you take a little rest, you can tell me what's going on. If you take a little rest, you can tell me what's going on in the city. And about that face of yours as well. Yes, sir. Well, then I'll... And Sonia looks over. Excuse me. This is Charlotte. Griffith, these... I've made some cake. Perhaps, if it's okay with you, with everyone... And you see Sonia looking on, realizing, and immediately goes for the cakes. Sweet cakes? Let me see, let me see, let me see. Mmm, delicious. An intriguing flavor. Chewy. Oh man, an intriguing flavor. Chewy, I love that. Hey. Here, Griffith. It's so sweet, it'll enchant your cheeks. Hey! And you see Meal in the background. Meal, you try some as well. Like I said, it has a nice aroma. Sweet. It makes your mouth smile somehow. I would have never thought to be able to taste something so fine on a battlefield. Thank you, Charlotte. No, it's nothing, but I'm happy that you like it. See, here's the thing, like, Sonia's using her medium powers. That's the Sonia stare, bro. She... like, that's how she's able to work people. That's why Griffith uses her, because she's a great medium. She has an intuitive ability to read people's minds and understand what they're feeling in that moment, what they're thinking. Man, it's so funny. You come with me for a second. What is it now? You show a little more consideration. Griffith is so busy that the two have rarely been able to spend alone time with each other. If you're a woman, or rather if you're a maiden who can sense what's in people's hearts, you should be sympathetic with them. For many years, she's been all alone, surrounded by the enemy. Do you know how much she's been tormented by the feelings of loneliness and anxiety? And now, finally, she's able to reunite with her loved one again. And before he can go on, I'll give that some thought. Oh, wait, no, I'll give you that. Bye-bye. Really? You... delicious. Fucking, that's how we end it. But we get this continuation here of Sonia as we see her just walking along the shore here, along the creek, this small little meandering creek, and we get, huh. And we see the archer from before with that massive bow, and he's strumming some sort of lute. Good evening. May I warm myself at your fire? And, actually, I fucking... as you please. And he continues his music again, and we're actually gonna fucking... ah, no, fuck it. Yeah, we'll put on the music, dude. Oh, damn, wait, it's not a fucking... oh... damn, okay, my bad. I thought... yeah, my bad. Okay, whoops. But we have the two sitting here. May I warm myself at the fire? Boom, boom, boom. As you please. That's a nice song, but it sounds a bit lonely. You're always alone, aren't you? Don't you feel lonely? I'm a hunter. I feel more relaxed when I'm alone. Hunters are always alone, walking all by themselves through the mountains and forest. some who don't, but I'm alone. I hum by myself. And as he's strumming this lute, he answers her questions, and they sit by the campfire, just just talking. I mean, do I need to explain more? For days, you continue to hunt your prey, running through the wilderness. You hide alone deep in the forest, night after night, until you lose any sense of time. And then, before you know it, you see his eyes begin to shift and change. You yourself have become a beast as well. And we get a shot of the moon reflected on the water here. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the water. Or maybe it's a foggy night, a misty night, a cloudy night, and that's the moon above. You know, I used to be alone as well. Seeing things people can't see. Hearing sounds people can't hear. Just my world, because it was different from theirs. I see. But that loneliness and anxiousness was not felt only by that person. And she listens to the music for time, lays her head down, and falls asleep. That night I had a dream. Playing on a moonlit forest night, a dream of a kite and an owl. And that's the end of 251. I mean 250. Now on to 251 here, brothers. Let's get up the seaside music again here as we go back to the city. And we pick up with someone staring at Evarella, a hand sticking out. Take a good look. Concentrate, as if burning the image into your mind, and slowly close your eyes. And we see the eyes closing. Draw it in your thoughts, the image of the apple you were looking at, its shape, color, down to the details. Don't be hasty, slowly. It's no good. The image is blurry. It won't become a distinct shape. It's like that at first. And we now see Farnese and Shirke with Casca looking on. And they seem to be talking about visualizing the apple. the apple within her mind. Yeah. This is the first step. It's like that at first. Remember, Farnese is trying to learn magic. And Shirke is her teacher, her tutor, her mentor. And this must be the first step. Being able to realize something in your thoughts, in your mind itself. But it's like that first. It's the little steps, man. Maybe someday she'll be a magician. A witch. This is the first step in becoming a magic user. It's a fundamental exercise of thought drawing a concentrated phenomenon in your mind. Thought drawing? Something concentrate? Magic is not just about chanting spells or drawing symbols. It's because the image and object are connected and called to each other that magic begins to be effective. The essence of magic is in the world of thoughts. It's conducted from the spirit realm. Farnese, you too have touched a small part of it with your bare hands. I'm a small part. And the trolls and ogres, as well as that light. About the 4 color lights, I myself went to the spirit realm, and because I prayed for the assistance to the kings of the 4 sides, as they are called, they manifested their power. In the spirit realm, there are various territories where purpose and strength, past memories and omens are harmoniously linked together. In the middle of that, to do anything, and above all, to not lose your mind, it is necessary to firmly make a copy of your body within the spirit realm. So that's why they are visualizing this. When you ask for the greater powers, when you go into the spirit realm, to become one with the kings of the 4 sides, or these gods, or these omens, or whatever. You must have your body conceptualized. You must have your body firmly thought in place within the astral realm, or you will lose yourself to the power and become one with it. A solid, stable copy of your body. We magic users call this body of light a luminous body. Luminous body? That apple in your hands is an important step in learning about your luminous body. Repetitive practice will undoubtedly bear fruit. Do your best. But as I am now, she's trying to look at the apple. Costa swipes it out and eats it away. And she's munching it down as we hear on the fucking the wood itself. No good, nothing to report. It was a wasted effort. Welcome back. How'd it go? Sure, gay, always positive. No matter where we looked, nothing. We hit up everyone, from traders to individual company ship owners, but all the ships that were not commandeered as warships are being used by the military. Everywhere we went, we were turned away before we could say anything. Yeah, my feet are stiff from walking all day along the crowds. Looks like I was too optimistic about our chances. I thought it would work out somehow if we arrived at the harbor. Seems like we won't be able to go around as freely as we... My bad. Seems like we won't be able to go around as freely as we had been. At this rate, we'll have no choice but to steal a ship somewhere. Again, that nasty thought. Casca's just eating the apple core itself now, slurping it all down. And we have Puck cosplaying as a pirate, Shirke looking on with, just some happiness, some mirth if you want to be old school with your words. Eva Laura being like, oh, you want to do it? And Farnese offering up an option. Would you leave it to me? Oh, we got just a group here. And Gus just looks on, not saying a word. Cedar, what do you mean, Farnese? What do you mean? You're reliable, but for something like this? And all of a sudden, Serpico, he realizes a sweat dripping down. Farnese, you're not... I'm going out for a bit. Serpico, yes. Puts on his sword as well. She grabs hers. And we get a whole new place as they journey across the city. We don't get that. We just get a flash to this magnificent house, this palace of absolute decadence. And let me put on some new music for us. We have this mansion, this basilica. I don't know what you describe it. The top is insane though. Here we have just this absolute apex of architecture for this series. We don't see many buildings this well constructed or to this impeccable level of detail. It reminds me of an old Alex Honnold video. That the free climber, if you know who I'm talking about. He free climbed this one old ruined building of I believe it was Italian architecture. Maybe I'm just wrong, but he gets up to the top and he climbs up, and when they're down they're talking, and he's like, it's kind of funny, all the way up there, I mean, no one ever sees it, but there's faces up there with expressions, and they've been lovingly he talks about that for a second. I'm like, man, that's crazy. You don't think about that as much because we have a much more utilitarian view of architecture now, I would say. It's not often this decadent. And for better or worse, you can think that's either better, we're not wasting materials on pointless statues, or you can think that's worse because the creativity is lost in reducing our artistic beauty to pointlessness. But anyway, that's a whole other discussion. The whole fucking... That's a whole other thing that we can ramble on about. But we have this absolutely beautiful, beautiful structure here that's not commonly seen, I would say, in the Berserk world, unless you're a noble. And it seems to have the same, as it zooms in, as we get a zoom in, the same heraldry, the same emblem as the one on Farnese's sword. And then we get this beautiful library, this absolutely immaculately detailed library of different heads that you have to imagine are part of this family that are circled around this double-decker library with books everywhere. A fella sitting at a massive one reading it over. He has his own candelabra there. I mean, it's absolutely fucking stunning. And we have, this man sitting down reading, and someone standing up in his pantaloons screaming, "Why, father? I did as you said. In these 3 years, I stabilized the Bracht bank office. The purchase of fur, linen, tin, and lead from the entire north is controlled by our branch. It's time you recognize my ability. Please let me have the center." Ability? Magnifico. You are just walking upon a path I paved. And he looks back, recoiled, frustrated. He feels a million different emotions at once. And he's like, "Why, father? My brother, Giorgio, is the Vatican's accounting division's overall supervisor and holds the seat of the Vandimion bank corporate manager." And we get this portrait of him now. I love it. It's within it all. It makes sense that they'd have the portraits up instead of the statues right now. But you perfectly get it in this one cell of the brothers, all three of them lined up here. The Vandimion brothers. You get to see little snippets. You get to see what they look like right here, and it's kind of set up perfectly. It's just in the background, but you get to see them as they're described. That's the bank supervisor, the corporate manager. "Well, you gave my brother Politiano the position of Secretary of the State at the Vatican. Then why to me?" "You will be silent." And no, oh wait. The others were placed after carefully considering their talents. "But you will be silent and obey as to how I conduct my business." Business. "That's enough. You may go." "My lord, a guest has arrived." I love he puts on his hat and he just fucking runs. I shouldn't have any appointments for this afternoon. It is a lady wearing men's clothes and someone who looks like her valet. I was given this. This is..." The lady announced herself as Farnese de Vandimion. "What did you say?" And you see at once he's almost stunned. He's taken... "Oh, my daughter." Her heart's beating. Beat. Her father stepping across the stone. It's almost as if they're synchronized as one. They meet. Farnese holding her hands, trying to keep them steady. Even her legs are not straight. One bent, as you can see up here. She's swaying. She can't say anything. Her hands come undone. Father! She looks up. "What are you doing here?" Serpico looks on. This is both their father. This isn't just Lady Farnese's. They are brother and sister, maybe just by half. But they share the same father. That is for certain. She re-grabs her hand, keeps her steady. But before she can say a word, her father continues on. "I heard about the Knights of the Holy Iron Chain. When patrolling in Albion, they were destroyed by the Kushan invasion. I wouldn't say you are guilty of that, but even if you were a figurehead, you were the leader of the Knights. It would be a situation... if you were to not only come back alive, but to go into hiding as well, it would be a situation in which the proper action would be to report. The proper action would be to report to the court in the capital and undergo judgment. It seems that you, wherever you are, were born to further stain the great name of the Vandimion house. Until further notice, stay quietly in this mansion. Yes, father. What's up, Cheeto? What's up, man? But I'll say a little bit more of a hello in a second. But as he's walking away, Serpico's like, Farnese! And her hands shaking. Father! His father stops for a second. Um, I, friends, a, a ship. Listens for a second. Farnese. And she looks on, and so does someone else, giving his own stare. Seems the Vandimion family likes to stare a lot. Oh man. But yeah. That's what's that fella cooking up? What's my fella right here cooking up, dude? What's the little bro cooking up? But we're gonna fucking let me Let me black the screen. There is some nudity in these next few scenes, and I've just been mulling it over since our last reading, and I was like, yeah, no, dude, I'm just not gonna fucking deal with it anymore. Like, trying to fucking censor it. I'll just skip past it for the most part, and essentially just describe the basics. It just opens up with a scene of Shirke trying to take over Farnese's abilities of babysitting Casca and doing a poor job of it. Not even trying to utilize magic, because she just wants, she wants to not use magic. She, to a degree, thinks her magic is a crutch. She also wants to be able to survive like any commoner without her magic. So we get a little bit of an interaction of that. Isidro trying to peek on in, and we pretty much cut to Farnese, who is back in her estate still. And she is bathing as well, of course. You gotta open with the bathing scenes, fellas. It's the only way to really get the reader's attention. But she's wondering, it's been so long since I've taken a bath by myself. Casca. I wonder if she was able to wash her hair. Miss, your change of clothes is ready. And she kind of gets set up and clothed by all these servants. Yes, me not being there won't. All of a sudden she's like, where my dagger and mail? And we kind of get her requesting her items, and she runs after them, and that's where we'll be able to pick up without any fucking nudity. But yeah, it's just a few cells of it. If you guys want to go read it, you can. But yeah, I don't want to fucking actively go through the bars and everything and censor. I'm just too lazy to do that. I'm more of the voice acting type, so I hope you guys understand. But yeah. I need a visual. yeah. No. I'm sure you do, you fucking freak, dude. You fucking weirdo. Boo! Boo, moist. Boo! Anyway, let's fucking move on, dude. We have Serpico caught up. Miss! He's like, well, what's this commotion? Please wait, please, your clothing. And even Serpico's like, Farnese! You, wait. And she stops for a second. She picks up her mail and her dagger. She grabs it, and she feels almost this warmth at holding it again, this protection. That mail had protected her so much before, and she didn't. It reminds her of the life outside of this. But all of a sudden, we have her brother, Lil Bro, stomping up. You haven't changed much, my sister. It's no wonder father was so shocked with you. Brother, Magnifico. Ah, the name's Magnifico. It's been a long time. We last met many years before you were sent to the temple. Have you met any of your other brothers? That's strange. Usually you would say, have you met any of our other brothers? Our other brothers. Is that lost in translation there? That's an interesting one. Have you met any of your other brothers? Is that just a Japanese to English type of thing? Or does he not own his own brothers? Does he not see them as their own shared brothers? Have you seen your own brothers? Your own, like, do you get what I mean? There's kind of almost a disowning of familial ties there. He doesn't see them as a shared family. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. That could just be a lost in translation thing. But she's like, no. Truly, we are such a close family. But I've heard much about you. What you did while you were with the Knights of the Holy Iron Chain, and some troubling rumors of what happened after you left. Farnese just looks away, not saying a word. I pity you. But look up. It is not something you should worry about. You have no fault. It is Father who should take blame. He knew of how the Curia made you, who knew nothing of their laws, and to the leader of the Knights of the Holy Iron Chain, and now he has the nerve to say those terrible things. That's not all. I remember when I would visit our residence in the Holy City. Remember a girl who seemed like a ghost wandering through the garden, raising a precious flower in a greenhouse to protect it from the filth outside. No, that is not what he did. He just left you alone without caring. He abrogated from his duties as a father. Whoa, abrogated. We're getting into the big words now, fellas. These are the true nobles of the story. Even when you burned the mansion down, it is Father to blame. He was the one who made you like that. Even though you were called the devil child of Vandimion, that sin does not rest upon you. Devil child. And Serpico's listening on at the hedge's edge. It's not as if I don't understand your feelings. Huh? Huh? That man only thinks of us as tools for a machine called Vandimion. Those who do not meet his standards are cut off without any emotion, like a pebble on the roadside. And she just stares on, almost recognizing some of that neglect in his eyes too. And why are you here? I travel? A ship to travel west? As a woman? No, that is like you. We checked all the docks in Vertanis. But all the ships are being used for war. I thought about asking Father for help. I see. Right now, Vertanis is full of ships ready for battle. It would not be wrong to say that most of them are here for the war. Even Father won't be able to arrange a single ship to be made available for travel. And as Magnifico looks out at the ships beyond, his eyes go into that classic Vandimion stare that we know so well about. One ship? One ship. I may be able to do something. What? But in doing that, I must ask you a favor as well, sister. A favor? And Serpico, still at the hedge's edge, just a new one, is listening on. And then we shoot back. All right, go, go, go. We have two crabs fighting at each other, getting closer and closer. Oh wait, no, they're racing. They're racing each other, not fighting. Go right through, Canny Zulis. Flip over, Canny Gamu. I don't know those references. Are those? I have to imagine they might be kaiju. You know, maybe from some of those old Tojo films. You guys, can't you stop playing and help out a little? Stupid insects. Please feed Casca. What, me? Leave it to me. I'm used to it. Puck taking up the fucking honor. I wonder. And we actually do have a little bit of a confirmation there. Puck has in the past actually taken care of Casca. We've seen him relax more and more, but when it was just him and Guts, he was exceptionally bitter. But when it was him, Guts, and Casca, I mean, he lined up, but he took a huge responsible role. He actually took care of Casca to a incredible degree until Farnese and the rest of them, they even talked about it. Puck was like, I mean, what are we going to do? We can't keep doing this. And that's when he took Farnese and the rest of them on. And then Shirke, Cedaro came with them a little bit after. But anyway, it's just interesting how the whole group came together. All started with Puck, man. Oh no, Guts, please, don't get up. It's okay. I just have a slight fever. Too noisy to sleep anyway. No, the depredations of our travels have taken a toll on you. You have to rest as much as possible to heal. You were just about to deal the finishing blow, remember? I've made some vegetable soup. It may be a little bitter, but no, I can eat it myself. No, no. Now say ah. Uh, All of a sudden, Serpico burst in, absolutely terrifying Shirke, and she flings the fucking soup into Guts' face. Hey, you're late. Where did you stay last night? Serpico has on this beautifully adorned suit, a package at his side, and a sword as well. Yeah, but Puck is a legend. You are right. Vegetable soup. Vegetable soup is good if you want to fucking poop. I don't know if you've ever heard of peel-a-pound soup, but that shit, dude, never. This is the reality. You don't need to buy fucking what's it called? The shit that makes you poop. You don't need to buy that. You don't need to buy that at all. Peel-a-pound soup. You just peel a bunch of fucking vegetables, a ton of vegetables, a ton of vegetables. You throw a pound of it. I mean, usually you do like peppers and onions and like potatoes, shit like that. But you know you can look up different recipes. You don't just have to peel. You can throw in other vegetables. But you fucking eat that, dude, and you will shit like no tomorrow the next day. Oh my fucking god, dude! It is legendary. But anyway, that's vegetable soup is good for that. If you're blocked up, eat some vegetable soup. I mean, it's just healthy in general. It does fucking suck, though, in general, unless you have a really good fucking broth. I feel like for a really good vegetable soup, this is what you need. You need vegetables, you need rice, and you need it, because you're not putting meat in there if it's just vegetables. But you do vegetables, rice, and then a spicy broth. Anyway, that's kind of like how I would go about it. How you want to make the broth is a whole other thing, but that's on the basic levels. I feel like those three work together well: rice, vegetables, and fucking spicy broth. I think those work perfectly together if you want a good vegetable soup. But anyway, here we are talking about food again. What's with the clothes? Well, did you get the ship? Where's Farnese? A ship has been readied. Wow! Farnese will not be returning here. And that is the end of the chapter. What? Not coming back? Farnese? What do you mean, Serpico? Who's going to look after Casca? Here, with this, you will be able to obtain a ship from anyone in the city, in whatever crew you need. Please do not break the seal. And Shirke pulls out the packages. I'd like to return these items we borrowed. Thank you very much. And we get this the Shirke stare as she gets a moment of thought transference. Thought transference? Ference? I don't know. With Farnese over here, she's giving up her items. The Vandimion family greatly appreciates you for bringing Farnese de Vandimion safely back home. It may be a small reward, but all your expenses in the city will be covered by the Vandimion family. We will return for a more formal showing of our appreciation at a later time. Goodbye. Wait, Serpico! And before she can say another word, Guts has already stood up. He's put his head on her, using her as support. I love that, because she's already holding on to that as support, so it works. He's even got his metal arm on the wall. It's such a fucking stance. Hey, It's not a sin to tell us at least why. I have nothing more to say. He starts to walk away. It would have been nice to have one last rematch. There is no reason for that anymore. Well? Well? Shh. No. She's shutting me out. It's more like she took my hair off her finger. My mind cannot talk. My mind cannot reach her. It's kinda, I mean, we went through all those battles together, and now it's goodbye? Without a reason? You just left a piece of paper? Man, this is why nobles are... Not that I care. Human hearts waver, thinner than paper. This song is Shinjuku Wanderer by Ogata Daisaku. Daisaku? Nice, dude. We getting some Japanese lore right here. Some songs to look up. Shinjuku Wanderer. Oh, fascinating. Something. I think there is a reason he can't talk. When I touched Serpico's hand for a moment, I saw Farnese's sad face. Oh, so that was through Serpico. And Serpico's not sure of what's happening either. And it's not right. Farnese was so serious about learning magic, and even about taking care of Casca. And now this, all of a sudden? And Casca immediately spills her soup. As soon as I take my eye off you. Not really into sticking my nose into other people's business. But this just doesn't feel right. Alright, little guys. And he is talking to Puck. He's like, oh, me? And Yvonne was like, what do you mean, little guys? I have a favor to ask. Something only elves can do. And we get a little bit of a Serpico's in this grand carriage, and they set off. They start drooling. I'm kind of excited, spying on nobles. Now don't get too excited. Don't lose him, Roger. And they get to the mansion. They immediately lose him, swinging around on the fucking chains of the chandelier, sitting in the manicured candelabras of the mansion, and jumping around the halls filled with food, feasting as they pleased. Wow, this is great. I feel like a celebrity. The dinner! But we lost Picolin in the process. Yeah, yes! What you doing taking a dinner after dinner nap? Don't be all calm after losing him. And all of a sudden they look over. Oh, there she is. It's Farnese. She's all dressed up like a princess. How stuck up of her. She's my servant. So this is where you have been, Farnese. Brother. And you see she's been staring over these flowers for a time being now. And they've been looking over, just this beautiful... This actually reminds me of something in St. Louis. I don't know if this is the common name, but in St. Louis it's called the Jewel Box. This was made for the 1904 World Fair. Fucking love talking about that. That's some sick-ass St. Louis lore right there, is the World Fair of 1904. But they made this whole fucking park, because you have to remember, this is just around the time of Teddy Roosevelt going fucking crazy about conservation. So for the World Fair, they made the biggest fucking park in St. Louis, in West St. Louis. They're like, we're going to make this huge fucking park. And they set up all this old shit. So it's all very deco. Like, very art deco from the 1900s, early 1900s, but it's supposed to be, like, the fucking, like, state-of-the-art, like, type of art. Like, you get what I mean? The art of 1904, of the world. So it's all this beautiful art deco stuff. And we have this one thing called the Jewel Box. And the Jewel Box has all these flowers, has all these... Wait, actually, let me fucking look this up real quick. Jewel... Oh, fuck. Jewel Box STL. Yep, here you go. Here's some of the photos. So they have they have wedding ceremonies, but you can just walk in too. All of Forest Park is just free. That's the best fucking thing about Forest Park. The Science Center, it's motherfucking free. The motherfucking zoo is free. All of this, you just walk in, it's free, bro. It's all fucking free. But it's this huge fucking thing. I mean, it's kind of funny. I've tripped acid in here before. Like, yeah, there's lily pads outside. You can see all this old fucking statue art. But yeah, I've tripped ass in here. They have bathrooms in the bottom, but yeah, really fucking beautiful. I mean, I tripped acid in the park itself, but this was like the start of it. This is, yeah, we started here, and then we walked to the Science Center. And then we walked to the zoo after, and you know, there's a lot of things in between you stop at. Ended at the art museum, but yeah, there's like, yeah, whole gardens and everything. Very, very, I mean, absolutely wonderful wedding venue. I feel like this is just a great wedding venue. But anyway, let's get back to it. So it kind of reminds me of that. It's giving me that sort of vibe here, which is a little bit of a ramble. You know, I love my St. Louis lore, fellas. You know me. But we now have. I'm happy that you've accepted my offer. Do not worry. I will not make sure. Do not worry. I will not make sure everything goes well. Damn. Okay, this new website has a bit of a weird translation. I will make sure everything goes well. I don't think that extra not's supposed to be there. Am I I will not make sure everything goes well. Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, let me introduce you to my old friend. It is a pleasure to meet you, Farnese de Vandimion. I am Roderick of Shatufen. Here with Yilif's fleet. I'm checking troubleshoot, moving down the line. I come apart, but that's okay. Greet him. He's your future husband. What? I'd be greatly pleased if you would call me Roderick, Miss Farnese. Pleasure to meet you, Roderick. Please call me Farnese as well. Oh, what is this? Hey! Roderick is an old friend from school, and is third in line for the throne of Yilif. Right now, he's a captain of their fleet. I've heard much about you, the devil child of Vandimion and the wandering princess. Hey, Roderick, you shouldn't start off like that. Yes, but it's true. You're interesting. Look around you, Farnese, at all the roses in this greenhouse. They were prepared for you by Roderick. All of this? Wow. I knew I was going to be meeting the daughter of the Vandimion family, so I went a little overboard. Do you like it? They're delightful. Thank you, Roderick. Really? With these roses surrounding you, it makes a great picture, but I don't really like roses myself. Do you want her to like you or not? Roses are noble amongst flowers. They give off the impression of upholding themselves above the common earth and advance their dominion with ravenous speed. All other flowers are just ground cover to them. Yes, just like all the noble women, they dress up to try to outshine one another in a greenhouse known as the nobility. But even these roses, when hundreds and thousands are gathered, all look the same. These roses are most worthy to decorate you. Even strong winds will not blow you away. The white lily in the field. God damn, brother. She looks down saying nothing. Wait now! This is a scandal. Puck just eating potato chips, watching on, enjoying. We can't stay here. We're going back. We have to tell everyone. Spread the gossip. And someone notices, looking on, Serpico, two lights shining in the sky. Remember, when Farnese couldn't see the elves, he easily picked them up. Farnese is engaged? What is that? Is it truly Avarella? Is it true, Avarella? It's true, it's true. We just came back from seeing the other man. Those roses are most worthy of decorate you, or something like that. So cool, but it seemed natural, and Farnese was in the mood as well. She's marrying him, so she can't come with us anymore? Well, I guess. Then why didn't they just say so? It's like they're cutting ties with us. It's embarrassing for a noble to be friends with a monkey like you. Or maybe it's weird insects like you guys. What? I don't think that's the case. Farnese was serious and pure about learning magic. She was carrying that silver knife so protectively. It's Farnese that Casca is most fond of. I, I cannot take care of Casca as well as she did. But but she even returned that silver knife. Learning magic could have just been a noble's game. And Shirke gives a welled up stare, kind of insulted all of a sudden. Ivara says, "You always talk too much. It's the other way around. She's getting married, so we can have a ship, or something along those lines." Yeah, yes, that I can see. I get it. Expedient marriages are the norm for nobles. We had forgotten that she's the daughter of a high noble. Well, what are we gonna do? I like to say it's something she decided on her own. Casca's playing with the roll of paper. It burns in the fire. Oh, oh, oh. Her guts just sits up. It's decided. it's decided. It's decided. A ship in exchange for taking care of Casca and a good meal. Just doesn't add up. Wait, they're cutting chapters. Am I fucking delusional here? Oh, dude, the translation is so different. Okay, we we might have to go to the old one. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's what we'll fucking end on today is a little bit of what is this here? 2:53. We only did what, 3 chapters an hour? That sounds like me. I fucking read at such a snail's pace. I like to just ramble about random shit too. But yeah, we'll have to fucking. Oh, I should have done this the whole time. Whoops. Anyway, we'll call it there, guys. I'm gonna fucking cook it. I gotta go eat some breakfast, go do some shit, some hiking, some climbing with a homie. So it's yeah, gonna be a day, but I should be on later tonight for some Animal Well and maybe Fallout. But anyway, I gotta go. You guys enjoy your fucking days. Enjoy whatever time you got out there. Enjoy enjoy the summer, man. Enjoy the new seasons. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next fucking stream. Peace out. Bye bye. Thanks for stopping by.